On the battlefield near Lyman, eastern Ukraine, a new chapter in modern warfare is being written with precision and invisible force from the sky. In a high-precision operation that affirmed Ukraine's technological and strategic military supremacy, Ukrainian combat drones successfully destroyed an entire Russian infantry unit moving in the Lyman direction. Russian infantry units moved in formation, unaware that Ukrainian eagle eyes had locked onto them from above, and this attack is clear evidence of the dominance of unmanned aerial vehicles in frontline combat in modern conflicts. In video footage captured by an aerial surveillance system, a squad of Russian infantry is seen traversing open terrain without significant cover. They moved in tight formation, seemingly unaware that their movements had been locked and monitored by Ukrainian UAV operators from the outset. Within seconds, armed FPV drones were sent at high speed toward their targets. The first blast struck directly in the center of the formation, causing chaos and halting the Russian forces' advance. Without allowing time for reorganization or evacuation, follow-up attacks were systematically launched, eliminating enemy positions one by one. The UAV operators demonstrated great agility in selecting priority targets, targeting personnel attempting to take cover behind rubble and trees. Some infantry who attempted to flee were also ambushed by a second drone, which struck directly in their escape routes. Final reports from the field stated that the entire Russian infantry squad was neutralized, with not a single one making it out of the attack zone. This strongly signaled that the area around Lyman was now under full aerial surveillance by Ukrainian forces. The Ukrainian command stated that this operation was part of an active defensive strategy, in which the use of modern unmanned systems combined with real-time intelligence to disrupt enemy logistics and momentum in critical sectors. The operation at Lyman provides a perfect case study of how warfare has shifted from conventional infantry dominance to unmanned aerial dominance. Russia, which had historically relied on sheer force of numbers, now faces an asymmetric threat that strikes from the skies, fast, silent, and deadly. From the direction of Zaporozhye, Ukrainian defense forces also demonstrated tactical superiority on the battlefield by destroying a significant amount of advanced Russian combat equipment. This deadly attack occurred in the Zaporozhye sector, where the enemy attempted to reinforce its position but suffered a crushing defeat. Aerial video footage obtained from a combat UAV unit shows the complete destruction suffered by the Russian armed forces. Among the targets eliminated were a 2S-3 Akatsiya self-propelled artillery system, a 2S-7 Pion super heavy artillery unit, a BM-27 Uragan multiple rocket launcher, and a modern GTEL electronic warfare system, long considered the backbone of Russia's electronic defenses. These units were destroyed in record time by a combination of high-precision long-range artillery strikes and FPV kamikaze drones, aimed directly at the heart of the enemy formation. The footage clearly shows how each explosion reduced heavy vehicles to burning rubble, while enemy personnel who failed to flee were either repulsed or killed on the spot. According to reports from Ukrainian combat units involved in the operation, the destruction of the GTEL system dealt a significant blow to Russia's ability to jam signals and military communications. Without solid electronic support, Russian formations became more vulnerable to accurate detection and counterattacks. Ukrainian military sources stated that this was part of an active strategy to destroy Russia's logistics and command systems before they could fully establish their presence in the southern sector. By eliminating the enemy's heavy equipment and advanced defense systems, Ukraine not only suppressed the enemy's combat capabilities, but also cut off supply lines and demoralized the invading forces. Meanwhile, an officer from the Southern Operations Command also said, "Every Akatsiya and peon we destroy is one step closer to the complete liberation of our territory, and we will not give the attackers any room to breathe." With these heavy losses, Russia was forced to reevaluate its offensive strategy in the Zaporozhye sector, but Ukrainian forces continue to consolidate their positions and prepare for further pressure to retake the remaining areas held by the invaders. Not only that, a Russian Buk M1 medium-range air defense system was completely destroyed by Ukrainian attack drones. The target was hidden neatly behind a tree line, using dense vegetation as camouflage to avoid visual and satellite detection. However, a Ukrainian unmanned reconnaissance unit successfully tracked and identified the system with high accuracy. Shortly afterward, a Ukrainian FPV attack drone, part of a frontline UAV unit, swooped in at low altitude, evading radar and slipping through gaps in the vegetation. In a dramatic moment captured on camera, the drone hurtled directly toward the target and struck the Buk M1 directly on top of its launcher structure. A massive explosion erupted, sparking a fire and destroying the multi-million-dollar system. Not only did the Russian military hardware collapse, but the attack also dealt a significant blow to Russian air cover in the region, leaving it more vulnerable to further Ukrainian air operations. The Buk M1 is a Soviet-made mobile air defense system designed to destroy aircraft, cruise missiles, and drones at medium altitudes. However, in modern warfare, dominated by small, fast-moving drones, even such a large system can be defeated by small, intelligent weapons. This operation demonstrates the effectiveness of Ukraine's asymmetric warfare, utilizing low-cost UAVs to neutralize heavy Russian weapon systems. Micro-victories like these contribute significantly to weakening Russia's forward defense posture and opening the door for larger offensive operations. Also, can match and even surpass Russia's conventional forces, which rely on the